Okay, so I tried to use the capture function on YouTube today, so we'll see how this works. Um, so today is September 30th. It's a Tuesday. Tuesdays just so happen to be my busy days. I think I'll start out by explaining my school. Actually, I'm involved in a program called PSEO. Most people probably don't know about it, but it's basically a program for 11th and 12th graders in high school to uh, take the required courses at college, therefore getting dual credit. So, therefore, for example, if I needed a math class for high school, I would take my math class in college and get credit for both high school and college at the same time. And it's absolutely free, paid for the government. I don't think it's available in many states, but it's available here. So right now, I'm doing PSE at the University of Minnesota, and today, Tuesdays, are my busy days. Um, Actually, last night, like I said in my last vlog, I was planning on studying, but I fell asleep. So I woke up at 3 o'clock and realized I hadn't studied very much for my midterm today in horticulture class. So at 3 o'clock, I came up and I studied, and it was all great. Today I opted to ride with my dad because to school because my dad actually works in St. Paul, so he dropped me off at the St. Paul campus of UM. I just took the free bus over to the Minneapolis campus, and I studied some more. My first class is at 9 o'clock, again, a Japanese class. I love that class, but it's really hard. Every day we have a different test or quiz and reading section, and we learn new grammar every single day. So, and also about maybe 10 new vocabulary days. So it's pretty intense. It's a 3,000 level class. So that's pretty hard, but it's really fun. So I enjoy it. Then after that, I have 15 minutes to get from Minneapolis to St. Paul, which I take a bus for I take a bike for 5 blocks, and then ride the bus and get to my speech class like a minute late, and it's really stressful. And in speech class today, we learned about different types of arguments. We're giving our first informative speech tomorrow, so we aren't actually going to use the arguments until later on in the class. And then we gave impromptu speeches where we were given a quote, and we had to talk about the quote. I hate those because I always end up with the weirdest quotes ever. Like, my quote was, I discovered my problem, and my problem is you. How am I supposed to say whether I agree with this or not? Because it really depends on who I'm talking to. So it was kind of weird. And then I had 15 minutes to run over to my horticulture class, and I took my midterm, which I actually think I did pretty well on. We're crossing our fingers. Um, and that actually only took half an hour, so I had basically an hour free time, which I usually only had 15 minutes between that and my horticulture lab. So that was nice. I had a bunch of extra time. Um, checked some emails, did a little bit of studying. Then I actually went over to my lab early and did my observations on the plants that are growing right now early so I could get out there early. And we did some like grafting, so we took two different species of plants and made them into one, and we'll see what happens next week. Also, we brought home our plants that we grew the first week of class. Are they pretty? Yeah, I think they're pretty. I don't know what they are. They're some kind of house plants, but they have like these right there. That's gonna be like some pretty purple flowers. We just had to cut them. They're like herbaceous stem cutting, so we just had to cut them and grow them to make sure they have some pretty good roots. See, look at he's from the STEM. Pretty cool. And it's okay to do that, don't worry. You learned that already. Yeah. Anyways, afterwards I had like 2.5 hours of free time. So I carried my plants around and then I went to the student center and I slept. And my dad came to pick me up later, went home and had dinner, then I went to a college study skills class where I learned some pretty interesting things about studying. For example, did you know that if you take really good notes in lecture and then you study those 5 minutes after lecture, 5 or 10 minutes after lecture, and write down what you know from your short-term memory, you'll remember it for 24 hours, and then if you study it 24 hours later for 5 or 10 minutes, you'll remember it for a week, and then another a week later, if you study it for 5 or 10 minutes, you'll remember it for a month, and then a month, you'll remember for 6 months. So it's like a really simple way to remember stuff for midterms and finals and keep it in your memory. I think it's pretty cool. The lady was a little bit too schedule happy. Like she wanted you to schedule when you were gonna study, when you were gonna eat, what you were gonna eat, when you go on the internet, when you have free time. And I'm not a schedule person. So that was a little much. But still, it's a pretty useful class. I just got home now. I feel kind of like a slob because I'm wearing my yellow sweatpants, my cool. I don't know what I'm doing, and my baha, and my hair is kind of a mess. I did not cut it. It's in a ponytail, see? But tomorrow I have no school, which is really nice, but I have to take senior pictures, so I have to get myself looking all pretty. Exciting! Um, that's it. I don't really have much else to say tonight, so I guess the plant wants to say goodbye to you. Bye!